You all know I love a good work reform story. John's got a great platform coming up. Let's hear it on today's Not So Critical update.
This doesn't feel like work reform. This feels like work regress. It's like the biggest nightmare ever. So tech CEOs want every worker to have a permanent, publicly available job performance files. So first off, let's talk about the two CEOs that talked about this. Both of them are in the data brokerage industry. So they're already all about selling personal data. Their I guess ethics. We're really big on ethics this week. Their ethical compass seems to be fucking off a little, just a tad, just a splash off to the west. Okay, they took a left turn somewhere.
It sounds perfectly consistent.
It sounds perfect. No. Yeah, it's a dream.
I'm surprised this doesn't exist already.
So it does to a degree. It does to a degree, just not to what they're saying. They're saying you can pay into a service to find out how past employees that are now probably looking to join your company, how they performed. So let's paint a picture here. I'm a piece of shit CEO, and one of my employees.
I'm with you so far.
I'm with you on that. So far, it's canon. We're on par.
Nailed it.
I'm a piece of shit CEO, and I'm a racist, and I hire a person of color because I want tax breaks or something. Okay, and I hate them, and I'm just gonna fire them because of who they are as a person, not because of the performance. Then I'm gonna go to
this first place.
Wait, because I just told you
this person.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, then I'm going to go to this publicly available place and say, this person sucks at their job. No one should hire them. I swear they are the worst. How do you verify?
Is that it?
How do you verify? Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
What? How do you verify it? Oh, okay.
Well, the CEO is right because he's the CEO, first of all.
Right. Of course, all CEOs are always correct. Everyone knows that.
That's how capitalism works. The people at the top.
That's America for you.
Correct. It's like a credit score for employment.
It's way worse than a credit score. I feel like
a permanent record, a transcript.
It's like a credit score, but it also says that you paid your credit card with a shitty bank, and that you like everything, every little. It's not even comparable to a credit score. It's way worse. It is the Chinese social credit system put into.
To be
capitalism.
clear, this is terrible. I'm totally against it. It doesn't work that way, Peter. You can just use it where you want. But
artistic license.
As a data person, it does sound super interesting.
It's a very
that sounds good.
I'll give you an example.
It's such a cool data set to work with.
Like, what if a person has a really tough time at home and they go through a rough patch, a couple of months where they're sick or a loved one is sick or whatever, so their performance isn't great, and that gets fucking logged without context in this system.
Sure, and context is incredibly important in employment. If you don't like the environment you work in, if you don't like your coworkers, if you have like personality conflicts with your boss, like maybe it's not the right job, maybe you don't have good leadership there. There are a billion reasons why you could be good in one environment and not good in another, and then good in a different one. Like this
type of system would take it away.
Yeah. Simple solution. Let's just add more data. All we have to do is just track the context for every situation and then have that fully available in the database.
So how does this, so now, Peter, how does this context become unbiased? Who is putting the context in? Of course, it's the CEO, because it is the leader of the company, or the HR department, who also serve the CEO and serve the best of the company.
I think what they need, John,
nightmare.
is a robot, a computer system to oversee all of this, to replace the managers with some kind of
But how do
automated
you?
system.
But okay,
You're
so
missing.
going off of
I'm
that,
referencing your mana.
How do you make it? How do you make it immutable?
That's
right.
not
How do you
my
make
idea.
it?
No.
How do you make it?
I was plugging your book, John. Totally
Okay,
missed it.
yes, I know, but I know it was Mana. I know. Mana, Manna. Marshall Brain is the author. Great book, you guys.
Definitely
read it. Love the
Talks
guy.
basically about this.
So it is. Yeah, go ahead.
I was listening today to a really interesting story in this book that I referenced last time, I think, System Error. And it was about how when Amazon was growing super, super fast, they wanted to automate hiring because they had these like manual process that everyone was doing, and they wanted to get bias out of the system. So they tried to automate it, and they created all these rubrics and hiring algorithms and all this. And what they found was it was incredibly biased towards men. I thought, and we've talked before about like bias in facial recognition algorithms and stuff, and they were talking about how come they can't get the bias out of this system. What they didn't occur to them is that the system was just amplifying what they were already doing. They were already biased towards men. The system was optimizing that bias, which was how they trained it. Like that was the data set that it had to work with. Just really interesting how.
I don't really see a solution for this employment crisis that seems to be at least the latest narrative. But like the solution is definitely not track your performance.
Can I just say that that shit would not fly in the EU? So
right, of course not. This is borderline. This is borderline dictatorship. Like
no, well, we have a couple
really
really
bad.
In the EU, so
it would be terrible. This is equivalent to the Chinese social system just for employment. And I am not surprised that the two dudes who spoke about it already do terrible things and probably suck.
To be honest, I think what's happening here is that we're just falling prey to clickbait headlines, because I think that this is so bonkers that it's really just let's say something controversial to get people to talk about it. But then again,
but I think the context of who they are is important.
But these people are gonna want to do this. There's no surprise there.
Yeah, obviously, but they want to do all sorts of shady shit. They just never get
obviously.
Well, and it's our job, on this very popular, probably #1 most watched podcast, TV, whatever show.
I've
to talk about it.
The first, and as far as we know,
the only
privacy security
privacy
YouTube
technology.
Channel. Really,
that's right.
Yeah. Innovators in the space.
Event you've somehow not found us until now, like you should definitely subscribe. It's the best channel.
Like and subscribe.
Really the only channel that matters.
Not the not so interesting podcast.
All right. According to Peter's friend.
Yeah, Neil, if you're watching, that stung. Okay, that stung.
So yeah, don't track us. Okay, we're doing a good job.
Fuck Facebook.
Preach, brother.